what is the purpose for you to be in court?
Today, I'm one of the witness for my friend Lina Henry, who was charged 3 years ago for filming a human rights video. It's called No Fire Zone. This video is about to talk about the killings in Sri Lanka. So I'm one of the witnesses because I was at that venue when she was detained.
Actually, the earlier hearing, she was found not guilty or discharged, am I right?
If I'm not mistaken, she was acquitted from the charge, but then I'm not sure the Court of Appeal or higher court ordered her to go on trial. So now we are back to the magistrate court for trial.
I see. So can we shift gear towards your detention during the pre-Brussels rally? You were detained by the police with many others. Can you just relate the incident to us?
Sure. On the 18th of November around 3 p.m, a group of police raided Brussels office in PJ. Following with that, documents were taken from the office, laptops and handphones was taken. And about 5 p.m, Maria Chin Abdullah, the former SOSMA detainee and the chairperson of Brussels, together with me, was detained and was taken to the nearest police station in Petaling Jaya, and then I was remanded for 2 days. I believe this detention at that particular time is none other than to create fear and intimidation against the public to attend the 19 November Brussels 5 rally. I was released by police bail on the 20th of November around 5 p.m. late evening.
In that duration, when you were detained, can you relate to us about how you were treated?
I was taken to the police headquarters in Kuala Lumpur around 8 p.m. I was handcuffed. I was taken there and I was questioned for almost 6 hours from 10 p.m. up to like 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning. It was not a statement by under section 112, but it's a statement by the special branch from Bukit Aman. I was asked all kind of questions from my background, from the day I was born until that particular time when I was in IPKKL. And the question that was asked was about funding, the activities of Brussels, why I choose to leave my corporate job. For me, the question is fine, but this is total interrogation where I was asked repeatedly the same question. Like example, people will come and go, the officers will come and go, a group of officers, and the moment a new officer comes in, the first thing is, what is your name? What is your name? So I think I answered my name like about 10 times, and my age about 10 times, and where I'm working about 10 times, until like 4 a.m. in the morning. And the next morning I was brought to court with a group of other activists and politicians, and to be remanded. The worst part, or I would say that which is ridiculous, where I was detained under section 147 for rioting. I think the whole world knows how peaceful is Brussels for the entire campaign or the entire Brussels movement since it was formed until today. So peaceful, people go to the street, or people protest just using voice, wearing yellow t-shirts. So I don't know how a yellow t-shirt with Brussels word can be said as rioting. Of course, and then my chairperson, who was also detained with me, was then detained under SOSMA, Security Offences Special Measures Act, where I find it again is ridiculous because that is being used to detain terrorists, or it's an anti-terrorism act. I don't see how free and fair election can be related to terrorism. I don't see how clean government, the demand for clean government can be seen as a terrorism. I don't see how strengthening Sabah and Sarawak, strengthening parliamentary democracy can be linked to terrorism. So this is ridiculous. Detention, abuse of power by the police, who, keeping her in solitary confinement, but again, with the pressure of the people all over the country, all over the world, she was released on 28th of November. But her release didn't give freedom to the civil society or even her, because we are now again under investigation of 124C, which is saying detrimental to parliamentary democracy. Again, is free and fair election a detrimental to parliamentary democracy? Is strengthening parliamentary democracy is a detrimental to parliamentary democracy? Well, I think 2.6 billion was transferred to an account to this guy Najib Tun Razak, which were used for the 13th general election. It is a detrimental to parliamentary democracy. But I'm not suggesting that Najib Tun Razak should be detained under SOSMA or even investigated or charged under 124C, because we have enough of sufficient laws act to bring Najib Tun Razak to court, and he should be heard in a free court. But of course, this is a question where somebody received sum of money to use for election is free, but whereby people who are promoting democracy, people who are fighting for free and fair election, being treated a terrorist manner.
Do you foresee Bersih 6?
Well, I think today not protesting is not an option. Whether Bersih 6 will take place or not, I'm not in a position to say anything yet. But if that is the only choice, if that is the only way we can bring change or reform to the country, and if the Malaysians are ready, then well, why not?
My final question, sir. From your release and Malaysian released, do you think that the civil society itself, the general public, has a role to play in it to put the pressure on the government?
Well, I think today's civil society is a clear threat to the government. The citizens of Malaysia is a threat to the government because they are so worried, so corrupt, so therefore they are worried of civil society. And I think civil society and Malaysian public citizens have a big role to play, because this country belongs to us. We need to fight it on to save the country. Probably not for us, probably not people like me and you, but the future generation, the future generation who are still maybe just born yesterday, born a moment ago. We need to save this country for them. And if we don't act now together, if we don't mount the pressure together, well, I think 10 years down the road, we will sit down and regret why we didn't do much. So, and you can see the attacks on civil society, the investigation. Even yesterday, Dato' Amriga Srinivasan was investigated together with others. It's clear intimidation to create fear against the civil society, to create fear against the Malaysian citizen, so that we stop fighting. But let me guarantee them that we will soldier on. We will fight this battle for a better Malaysia, because fighting for a better Malaysia, asking for a better Malaysia is not a crime.
Thank you, sir.